I know you guys see the title. We bought a house. Real quick before we get into anything, I just want to say thank you so much to each and every one of you guys. Without y'all, this would not be possible. This is crazy, dude. Kelsey and I bought our first house. It might be a little echoey in here. We literally have no furniture. I have chair. There's gonna be a lot to get into here. Why, where, how does this affect the channel? How does this affect LeBron's legacy? We're gonna get into that. I'll give you a little tour, talk about what's going on in the future. This is just like a big video and just like life update for me in general. This is just cool to document, you know? All right, that should be good. Apologize again for the echo. We're gonna go upstairs and maybe it won't be as bad. There's camper. So this is like all just kind of happened. We literally signed the papers yesterday, but you know, obviously it's been in the works for a while now. I think this is gonna be cool because a couple years ago, we made a video when we just bought the RV and we did a similar video to this. Gave you guys a tour and we've been living in that for, you know, full time for years. So that video is cool to look back on. So I think in the future, this is gonna be really cool to look back on. And it's just crazy. Like that is my wall. This is my floor. This is my rug. This is my bug. And again, I just wanna say thank you. I know how fortunate I am to be able to do something like this. Now, the big question is, how will this affect fishing? Room change. Okay, does that sound better? I feel like that's gonna sound better. Hopefully a little less echoey. Maybe there's still some, I don't know, we literally have no furniture. This is a fishing channel. It's not always a catching channel, you guys know that. Lately, it's kind of been a yapping channel. This is like my second update video in the past couple uploads. I apologize about that. Sometimes we just gotta get you up to date. You know? Big question, is this house in the first state, AKA Delaware? No. Now hold on, before some of y'all start throwing tomatoes, hear me out. This is strategic. I love Delaware, I love where I'm from. I will always be going back to my home state, probably multiple times a year, filming a bunch of fishing stuff, uploading some cool videos. I also still have a lot of family and friends back up there. But I'd say at least 5 months out of the year, the fishing is very, very, very tough. Probably November through the end of March, it's like, dude, I feel like I'm lucky if I catch a bluegill. It gets like cold and then there's a thin layer of ice on the ponds and bodies of water, but it's not like thick enough to ice fish. So there are just like weeks on end that you can't even fish. Regardless, I was born and raised in the first state. I will always have a bunch of videos every year from Delaware, going back there, filming some cool stuff. We're actually going back very, very soon. I am very excited about that. But yeah, we decided to buy a home down south. If you guys watched the last video, you guys know I'm dealing with some stuff. We found some doctors down here that we really like. I've like barely scratched the surface just fishing and outdoors down and around here. There's so much to learn. You guys see from the videos, we're having fun. I'm always trying to progress. And it's crazy because like we're progressing in life too. Like I'm couch shopping. I've never bought a couch. This is like my first time ever going out and looking for couches. Also, I think I'm getting old because I'm getting excited about my grass. Like I've been watching grass videos. Anyway, the plan is to not stop the fishing. We're gonna try to accelerate it. I wanna upload more videos. I just wanna do a lot of cool fishing missions and a lot of exploring. So during the spring, fall, summer-ish time, we could really go like anywhere. We can go all over. In the winter, I know for a fact that like there's a lot of cool stuff to do around here. Hey man, what's up, dude? You guys hear that frog out there? What's up, buddy? How's it going? Another big reason we decided to buy a house was for this guy. He deserves to have his own yard and a bigger space. He loves being outside. It makes him happy. It makes me happy. And it's so funny, dude. I'll show you guys a video of like the first day, first time he came into the house. I knew he'd love this rug. He just started like zooming in all over.
Is this your new house? Is this your house, camper? This is the cleanest our carpet is ever gonna be.
How excited it is.
What do you think of your new house, camper?
He really liked to lay on the floor of the camper, but we had such a confined space that like he was always worried that his tail was gonna get stepped on. So he'd always be like getting up, trying to protect his tail and stuff, but now he's got some space. Now, speaking of the camper, did we sell it? Are we gonna get rid of it? No. As of right now, we are gonna store the camper. We honestly don't want to be done camping. RVing just gave us like so many awesome opportunities and experiences, and we really don't want to be done with that just yet. You know what I mean? We still have a lot of cool places that we want to go explore. We're just not sure if it's gonna be in our current RV though. It is 33 feet with 26 foot inside of like livable space. It's definitely like large-ish for a travel trailer. I don't know if we're gonna need that much space if we're not bringing every single thing, because we were living full time in it, so we were bringing all of our stuff. Now that we have a home base and we don't, need to load everything up, we might size down. But the thing about these campers, man, I don't know if I really ever told you guys, but camping and RV life it's expensive. It's a lot of money up front, especially for like a depreciating asset, because you have to get a vehicle to tow it, and then also the RV itself. You got your rig, all the gear you need, diesel, def, food. Campgrounds are very expensive depending where you're going. I mean, some campgrounds is crazy, because if you think about it, you're bringing your own home and like parking it on their place, and they're charging like more than a hotel would be. It's crazy. Luckily, we've been fortunate enough to save money. The RV park we were staying at, you could do like a yearly rate, and it wasn't too expensive per month, so you know, we've been kind of able to save up there. But yeah, as of now, we hope to still RV in the near future. We just don't like there's just so much going on right now. All right, man, enough yapping. It is time. House tour. By the way, I just want to put a disclaimer here. Everybody has different preferences. No house is going to be perfect to everyone. But this one checked a lot of boxes for Kelsey and I, and we're happy. But this is like the worst ever market to buy a house. For all you guys who bought in 2020 with a 2% interest rate, I salute you. Well played. Y'all were out here playing chess. What do you think, man? Should we do a little tour? Huh? Hey. Doink, doink, doink. You want to show them around? All right, so here are the stairs. They go up here. We were just sitting over here. This is gonna be kind of like the loft area. I have a huge big beanbag, like love sack from when we were in our apartment years ago. So we're gonna throw that thing up here. Maybe a TV somewhere. I don't know, just a little cozy section. Laundry room, which is really nice because when we've been staying at the RV park, like for the past couple of years there, they don't have like laundry that's free. Most campers, I mean, besides like really big ones, don't have washers and dryers in them. So we've been having to drive down to the washer and dryer and hope other people aren't using them and then pay to use them. And it's just like, you know, it's a process. That would be a big life upgrade for us. It's just kind of a lot of little things like that. When you're RVing, like your life just becomes like a little bit more difficult, and it's stuff where if you live in an apartment or a house, like you kind of don't really think about. Like laundry, internet, storage, there's like a whole bunch of stuff. We literally just got here yesterday and there are tennis balls all around all the freaking floors. This is like his dream come true. Okay, so upstairs we've got bedroom, bathroom, another bedroom. One of those bedrooms I just showed you, I'm gonna need to figure it out, but one of them is going to be the office where I get to actually put a desk, put a chair. I have an old desk from like way back from the apartment. The thing about like a house, there's just like a lot to get, especially coming from an RV when we had like not a lot of stuff. And then here is Kelsey and I's bedroom. We just have to get stuff. Like I said, we need like a bed. We have the bed from the camper in it right now. But yeah, it's just crazy. It's a lot bigger of a space than we've been used to. Like it's crazy. All right, let's go down the steps. Come on, let's go. All right, so we are now down these stairs. This is the first floor. We definitely want to get a couch and like TV and stuff, but we definitely like the openness. We just got our internet installed today. This is one of the things I'm most excited for, man. Just to be able to have some counter space and the catch and cook ability. Got some oven action, an actual bigger fridge than we've been used to, which is gonna be so nice. A freezer, pantry that doesn't really have anything in it. But we do have our reverse osmosis water filtration system and 2 mangoes. I think a big thing that I'm excited for is just to have some more organization. I want to do a lot more like outdoor on the water catch and cook. Yeah, I just have a lot of ideas in catch and cook stuff. Like I want to get a grill eventually. I don't know what type of grill. If you guys have any recommendations, please leave them down in the comment section below. Also a smoker, although things are expensive and this house is pretty expensive. Money, you know? What's the deal with that stuff? All right, continuing with the tour, we have the bathroom. Then over there, we have just like a room that's full of crap right now, but I filmed some stuff beforehand. This is just like a little office sort of area. I mean, I could put my office here. I don't really know. This is probably the room I'm most excited for. Again, I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, kind of like the grass thing, maybe the smoker too. I don't know, but this is the garage. All right, this is going to be fun. Whoa, echo. As you guys know, I do a lot of fishing and outdoors things. I have never really had the space to properly put my fishing stuff. This is more than enough room. This is going to be super fun. My goal is to turn this into the ultimate fishing room / fishing storage place. I'm excited to just like get things organized. I want to make it look cool too, and you guys can help, and I think it'll just be like a cool team effort. Slowly but surely, we will turn this space into a sick and functional fishing garage. By the way, don't mind all the rods on the floor. That is bad rod management. I apologize. But I think before we get too much in here, the floor is the best place to start. I'm just not a big fan of concrete garage floors. They always just kind of feel dirty. They're porous, they stain easily, and water and salt water, especially if we drag it in, can really like mess them up. Not to mention oil stains or whatever else. I've always seen those garage garages where people have like epoxy on their floors and it just looks like super cool. And I looked up some videos on how to do it yourself. People seem to make it like seem simple, but the more research I did, apparently like especially down here, these DIY projects most of the time do not last. So I actually hit up some professionals. There's a company throughout Florida named Shark Coatings, and they're the experts. We might be doing something kind of fun with them. Just stay tuned on that. But then yeah, in the future, we're gonna need like shelving, rod storage, bait storage. I've seen people put those peg boards and stuff. I don't know. I would love to hear some input from y'all. This is just exciting, you know, I've always wanted to have like a cool fishing garage storage area. I'm just excited, man. I don't know if you guys can tell, my brain is kind of like, you know, there's just been like so much going on, but I'm very excited. This should not affect the fishing. If anything, this is gonna make it better because I'm gonna be more organized and know where things are. And we'll be able to store like more cool gadgets and be able to test stuff out. And also, I mean, if I ever do wanna go back to Delaware, it's an easy one-day drive. Not like one day, but it can be done in a day. It's not too bad. I've done it a bunch of times. Or we can fly there and get there in like a finger snap, but yeah, we're gonna be doing a lot of cool stuff in Delaware pretty soon. We just have a lot of cool stuff lined up. It's just like I just turned 30. I feel like it's that time. Not to, I don't like the term settle down, but just have a home that's not on wheels, if that makes any sense. Like, who knows? In the future, not anytime soon. I mean, who knows? But say there's a baby first state along the way. Now we got some room. And again, you know, I know some people don't want stairs in their house, or the color of the rug, or the walls, or whatever. You know, Kelsey and I thought a long time about this. We've been searching for a house for honestly like a long time. We're just happy, you know. And we actually do have a little bit of land here. We'll be able to do a little bit of exploring. There's some water like right nearby here, so there's a lot of different opportunities. Oh, by the way, what kind of bed do you guys use? All right, sitting in the camper bed right now on the floor of our room, but I'm not sure if I made it sound like it, but fishing is not like the only reason we decided to be in this area. If you've been watching the channel, a lot of you guys know we've spent a lot of time around here the past couple years. We really like this area. We are in Florida. We've made some friends. We kind of have like a little community and, you know, spots we like to go to and stuff. And honestly, I was just kind of thinking about this. The fishing that we do here is pretty similar of a vibe of what we did back in Delaware. Obviously, we still got the ponds, which, you know, ponds are everywhere. We're still trying to figure out some good ones. But I think the inshore saltwater stuff is pretty comparable. I think there's just a lot more opportunity and a wider range of species and like times of the year that you can fish here. But this will be cool, man. We could always drive a little bit further down south and catch some snook or some cool peacock bass. We could drive north, which I've been wanting to do, go to like North Georgia, Tennessee, maybe some cool trout fishing, mountain stuff. We can go west, hit the Panhandle, which I've been wanting to do as well. Apparently the fishing there is like crap. But yeah, it's just like kind of nice, you know, to have a home base now. And I just want to put this out there. I enjoyed my time living in the camper. I actually really did not mind it at all. There were definitely a few things that made full-time RV living like not as convenient, but yeah, man, good times. I'm excited to take this next step, and I was a little hesitant at first to like put a video out like this, just because like I feel like when you talk about houses or really any big life purchase or whatever on the internet, I don't want it, you know, to be taken the wrong way. And you know, there's always going to be some comments like, why'd you do this, or I wouldn't have done that. But like I said, we're happy. I have been learning a lot, and I feel like I shouldn't have to say this, but I feel like I have to say this. Please don't come to our house. I know most of y'all wouldn't even think about doing that, but yeah, please respect our privacy. I appreciate that. But yeah, man, I think that's pretty much it after this video. Back to fishing. For all those wondering about the health stuff in the other update video, I'm doing okay. I really appreciate the messages I've got about that. It really means a lot. And yeah, man, I gotta say thank you so much again. Like, this would not be possible without y'all. Trust me, I'm gonna be making the best videos I possibly can. And again, I just want to emphasize that just because we're living in the South does not mean like this is where all the fishing is gonna be done down here. We've got some cool stuff in store, and also, like I kind of said, we've got some cool property to be explored and some water nearby. Maybe next video we'll go check it out. Yeah, man, it's just like, it's crazy. A lot of you guys have been with me the whole ride, like from the apartment, from even before the apartment, I think from my parents' house. That was like way back in 2017, but it's crazy. Like, we've been doing this for years, but I still feel like we are just getting started. I'm still having so much fun with this. I appreciate y'all, man. I have got to hang some fans. I just like YouTubed how to do that. But yeah, man, let me know. Good beds, TVs, grills. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. But again, man, thank you guys so much again. We're gonna keep doing that garage stuff and make that sick. We will have some updates on that very soon. But again, man, thank you guys so much. I said that a lot, but it does mean the freaking world. And again, all I gotta say, man, thank you guys so much for all the support. Let's keep this rolling. Thank y'all for watching. See you next video.